I actually came up with 5 very, very simple moves that lawyers can make where if you implement just one of these moves, I promise you, you will double your revenue. If you implement all 5 of these moves, you can 5x your revenue. This is a method that I call the 5x5 method. My sample law firm is currently getting 20 leads per month. They're closing 30% of these leads. They're getting 6 new clients per month. Their average case value is $3,000. That means that they are making $18,000 a month in revenue. I think we can all do better than this, right? Now I'm gonna show you how you can take 5 simple moves and get this law firm 5 times $18,000 in revenue. The first move that most lawyers are already prepared to make, but they just haven't made yet, is to set up a follow-up system. When I was in college, I had a business where I transferred people's VHS tapes to DVD. And what was cool about that, everybody has a box of VHS tapes in their attic that is basically gathering dust and is gonna be destroyed pretty soon. So I would drive around, I get those big yard signs, and I would handwrite VHS to DVD and then my phone number. And I would go out probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'd put them at busy intersections and then I'd go home and I'd wait. The first time I did this, rush hour came by, people started calling me left and right. I picked up the phone, everybody was like, oh man, I've been looking for this service. I've got an entire box of VHS tapes at home. And like that was basically the same conversation I had 20 or 30 times that first day. And that was Friday evening. By Saturday evening, not a single person had called me back. So I went back to the people from week 1. I picked up the phone and I called them and I said, hey, this is Andy. We talked a couple weeks ago and you were gonna count your VHS tapes and I was gonna transfer them. What happened? And one by one, every single person was like, oh man, I wanna do it. I couldn't find your phone number or I forgot about it. I got busy, whatever. That weekend, I went through, I called every single person that I had talked to and I made $5,000 in a single weekend. So I basically won the lottery, right? But that's where I learned that you need to follow up. That's where I learned the fortune is in the follow-up. Only 3% of people who are looking for a product or service or who are in need of a product or service are actually ready to buy. Forrester found that 56% of people that hired law firms did so after the 5th touch with the brand. Now, what you have to ask yourself is, are you giving yourself the opportunity to get people 5 touches with your brand? And if you're not following up, then the answer is probably no, because there's lots of reasons that people would be searching for a lawyer or they'll find some of your content and they will want to call you, but they're not in a situation where they can call you. And so if they click on a PPC ad, for example, and they close the website and they don't remember who you are, then they're just gonna go to Google, they're gonna search for somebody else, right? So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you have a really good follow-up system because you're losing tons of qualified leads without even knowing it. So we do marketing for a lot of different law firms and we have 2 different criminal defense attorneys. One is located in Florida and the other is located in New Jersey. We did a Facebook campaign for them. It was literally the exact same campaign and they each brought in 300 leads in a single month. The difference was the attorney in Florida got 75 cases and the attorney in New Jersey got 0 cases. I called this attorney, the attorney in New Jersey, and I said, listen, you got 300 leads. What happened? How do we not get any cases out of this? He said, well, I called them, but I couldn't get anybody on the phone. And I was like, well, how many times did you call them? He said, I called them once, maybe twice, which we all know means he called them 1 time. Then I talked to this guy and I said, hey, Kevin, you absolutely crushed it. How did you get these leads on the phone? I mean, I talked to another guy, he said that he couldn't get anybody on the phone. So Kevin said, well, nobody answers the phone the first time. They probably don't answer the phone the second time. So what we do is we have a system that we call 3 ways, 3 times. And I was like, what is 3 ways, 3 times? So he told me every single lead that comes in, they get a text message, and then they get a phone call, and then they get an email. And then if they don't respond to these, they get a text message, they get a phone call, and they get an email. And then if they don't respond to these, they get a text, and they get a phone call, and they get an email. And he does not give up and mark a lead dead until they have been contacted 9 times. And actually, if they contact on social media, they also get a direct message. So some people are getting contacted 12 times. This right here is the difference between 0 and 75 cases. Now here's another thing you can do with Facebook. I do this all the time. This is your entire market. And the problem is that a lot of times you guys have big spending attorneys who basically just blanket this entire market with ads. If you look at the people that need your services, it's really probably like that percentage, maybe even half of this, right? These other marketers, they can basically pay to blanket this entire thing with ads. This is what I call killing a spider with a shotgun. It's inefficient, but if you guys don't have the money to compete with this, you're gonna lose, right? So how do you just target this percentage and ignore everyone else? Well, here's how you do it, and this is exactly how I do it. First thing you do is you figure out who are these people that are your likely client. What is a big problem that they have? For example, maybe you're a personal injury attorney, and the first problem is they can't get their medical bills paid, they can't get their health back, right? What you do is you record a video. This video video should be about 3 minutes long. It shouldn't advertise you, it really just needs to be about them, right? So what you want to do is you want to run this as a video view ad, right? And you say, hey, if you can't get your medical bills paid after a car accident, here are 3 steps you can take. And then you're going to show that as a video view ad to this entire market. So you're going to do this whole thing. Now, video view ads you can get for about 2 cents per play, which is really, really cheap. So then what you do is you tell Facebook or Instagram, pay attention to people that watch 25% of this video. So anybody that watches 45 seconds of a video that is very specific to this problem, what are the odds that they probably have the problem? The only time they're going to is when this video addresses a problem they actually have, right? So what you do is you say, Facebook, pay attention to people who watch 25% of this video, and then show them video B. Video B is gonna be a video that solves their second biggest problem. Here's what to say when the insurance company wants to talk to you, or here's 3 ways the insurance company tricks you when they ask you to make a recorded statement, right? So what's happening is people are now going down the rabbit hole. By the time they get to this video, they watch 25% of this video that has a problem that only these people care about, and they've watched 25% of this video that has a problem that only these people care about. So this one right here can be another value video if you want, or what you can do is you can say, look, you've watched 2 of my videos now, you know you have a problem, I know you have a problem, give me a call, we're gonna solve the problem for you today. Do something like that. It works, it's what I do. That's how Kevin got his 75 cases, and that attorney gets 150 leads per day right now, and this is a big part of his strategy. So that's definitely a good way that you can follow up. Just by following up, not even by creating more traffic or anything, you will increase your leads by 50%. You're gonna get 30 leads a month, you're still closing 30%, so you're now gonna get 10 clients per month, which means that you are now making $30,000 per month. Step 2 is going to be double your leads. Mindset is the most important thing to being successful. My favorite quote in the world is, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So the thing you need to understand, let's say this is you right here. Everything that happens in your life, doesn't matter if it's good, doesn't matter if it's bad. Actually, it isn't good or bad. It's just a fact. Let's say that your spouse comes to you and they say, you know what? I want a divorce, right? It's not good or it's bad. It's just a fact. What makes this fact good or bad is the frame that you put around the fact. And this frame is going to make you happy or it's going to make you sad. And this frame that you put around this fact is how you look at the actual fact. And that is going to cause belief. Now, belief is a 2-sided coin. On one side, you have faith, and on the other side, you have doubt. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Both faith and doubt are beliefs. They're both made up. Neither of them are real. Whether you believe that something positive is gonna happen, whether you have faith, or whether you think something negative is gonna happen, you have doubt, it's all in your head. You're completely making it up. But what is in your head is going to dictate what's in your hands. Let's say you have faith with your divorce. You're gonna say, okay, well, you know what? That sucks, but it's actually a really good opportunity because now I can actually go out there and I can actually meet my true soulmate. I can get back out there, I can meet people, I can have fun again. This person drove me crazy anyway. It's probably for the best. That's if you have faith. Let's say you have doubt. You say you have doubt, you say, oh, my life's over. I'm never gonna meet anybody. Both of those are belief and both of those are made up. But here's the difference, right? When you have faith, faith is gonna cause a state of anticipation. That is expecting a positive outcome. That's expecting an outcome that you desire. So if you have faith, you're gonna have anticipation. If you have doubt on the other side though, it's gonna cause anxiety. Anxiety is often confused with fear. Anxiety is not fear. Fear is only when there's a real and present danger. So if you're afraid of something, or if you're, I'm doing air quotes, afraid of something, it's actually anxiety. And what anxiety is the expectation of an outcome that you don't desire. So your spouse says divorce, you have doubt that you're ever gonna meet anybody, and the desire that you don't want is you're expecting to just live alone with your 17 cats and put on 97 pounds, and that's what you're expecting. So you have doubt. Here's why this is important. Because whether you have anticipation or anxiety, that is going to cause your action. If you have anticipation that you're going to meet somebody new, you're going to take a positive action. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to go out when your friends call you and say, hey, we're going out for drinks tonight. You're going to take positive action. That is then going to make the thing that you had faith of actually happen. If you have doubt, you're going to have anxiety, which is going to cause a negative action. You have to have the right mindset about doubling your leads, because I think that every person in here knows that it is possible to double your leads, but you just have to have the idea to do it, right? How can you double your leads? Well, the easiest way to double your leads is to start doing value videos like I just showed you, because that's gonna automatically start doubling your leads. But there's lots of other ways you can do it. You can do Facebook ads, you could do networking, you could get on local podcasts, you could start a local podcast. But the point is that what you need to do is you need to take ownership of the results before you know the path. A lot of times people say, well, I'm gonna start doing this stuff. I'm gonna start doing Facebook ads, but I'm only gonna start doing Facebook ads once I actually know how to run a Facebook ad, and once I know what to say in the videos, and once I'm good on camera, and once I'm doing all this stuff, right? Here's the thing. You get good at doing the thing by doing the thing. I'm not that great on camera, but when I started, I was terrible on camera. But the way that I get better is by doing it. So the secret to life is mindset. And the secret mindset to doubling your leads is that if you take ownership of the result before you know the path, then you will figure out how to do it. Now you're at 60 leads a month. That means now you're getting 20 clients a month. 20 clients times $3,000 a client is now $60,000 a month. We've only made 2 moves. Move number 3, create a better offer. There's a lot of people that don't really understand what an offer is, and an offer will give you a unique advantage over every single lawyer in your market. Make an offer that is so good that they will feel stupid saying no. And I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Let's say you have an option between 2 babysitters. All right, babysitter 1 says, for $8 an hour, I will watch your kids. Babysitter 2 says, for $8 an hour, I will watch your kids, I'll clean your house, I will cook a healthy meal, and I will put them to bed before you get home. Are you gonna go with babysitter 1 or babysitter 2? Babysitter 2. All right, now let me ask you a question. Babysitter 2 says, actually, I'm not $8 an hour, I'm actually $16 an hour. So she's twice as much. Still babysitter 2? My point is that when you give an offer that makes it stupid for them to say no, price becomes irrelevant. So a lot of times, I talk to a lot of attorneys and I've seen the question come up a lot of times about lowering your prices. You should never, ever, ever lower your prices. You should not lower your prices. You should increase your value. That is what I do. I never lower my prices. I always figure out, okay, how can I make my offer more valuable? That's how you need to look at yourself. So you need to come up with a really good offer. The first thing you want to do is you want to ask yourself, where are they in life and what is the result that they want? Now, let me give you an example. An estate plan, a bankruptcy, these are not the result that they want. You want to ask yourself, does this pass the airplane test? Now, let me tell you what the airplane test is. A couple years ago, back when we used to go on vacation, my wife and I went to Cancun, and it's a foreign country, it's Mexico, I don't speak the language. We hired a travel agent. The travel agent told us about, all these different resorts, and we found one that we really liked, so she gave us some information about it. She's like, yeah, so what's amazing about this resort is that, first of all, it's adults only, so there's no kids, which score, right? Second thing, it's all you can eat, and it's all you can drink, and your room is located right on the beach, and it's just absolutely amazing. Does anyone here know what the travel agent didn't tell us about? She didn't tell us about the airplane ride. You know why? Because the airplane ride sucks. Nobody wants the airplane ride. What they want is the resort. They don't want the airplane ride. If you are a bankruptcy attorney, what they want is freedom from their debt. They want to be able to buy a new house. They do not want a bankruptcy. Always need to sell the result that they want, not your service. The other thing you always need to do is to ask yourself, what's in it for me? Put yourself in the shoes of the client and ask yourself, what's in it for me? The other thing you have to think about when you're trying to create an offer is, what are the problems that are created as a result of hiring you? For example, let's say you buy a car. Your initial problem was you needed transportation. You needed to get from point A to point B. So you buy a car, problem solved. But now you got a whole other set of problems. You need to get a driver's license. You need to pay for gas. You need to do maintenance. You need to get oil changes. You need to do all that stuff, right? Every single problem that you solve creates new problems. So what you need to think about is, what are all the new problems that are going to be created as a result of them hiring you? 3 things you should always think about. The end result, how can I make it better for them? How can I get it to them faster? And how can I make them get the result easier? Or how can I make the process easier? Better, faster, easier. Those are always the best parts of an offer. Now, here's the other thing. You can take services that you already do and rebrand them and make them part of the offer. So I worked with a client and we created something called a medical concierge in his office. And this is based on stuff that they were doing anyway, right? So what they do is, when you sign up with us, when you retain our firm to handle your car accident case, you're gonna get a medical concierge. This is Jessica, she's gonna be your medical concierge. And what Jessica's gonna do is she's gonna book all your doctor's appointments for you. And what's cool about that is she's actually gonna find doctors that we work with that are the best doctors around. And the cool part about that is, a lot of these doctors even defer their payments for their medical bills, and they get paid after the case settles. So what's cool about that is that even if you can't afford to pay doctors right now and your insurance company won't pay, you can actually go get some treatment right now. You can think of things, like think of problems that they have, figure out ways that you can solve them that your competitors are not doing. So if you make a better offer, this closing percentage is gonna go up. So let's say you make a better offer and you just increase your closing percentage up to 50%. Now you're getting 60 qualified leads, you're closing 50% of them, so now you're getting 30 clients per month at $3,000. Now you're making $90,000 a month. And that's after 3 moves. Now, we still have 2 more moves. All right, number 4 is increase your closing percentage. A lot of times, lawyers are sometimes hesitant to kind of feel salesy. And you don't necessarily want to be salesy. Who here has heard the saying, people love to buy, but they hate to be sold? That's completely false. People love to be sold. Who here remembers the first time they saw an iPhone? I waited in line for 5 hours to buy an iPhone, and I was so excited to do it. People love to buy. The problem is people hate bad buying experiences. They hate bad sales experiences, right? So there's a difference between convincing and persuading. Convincing is getting someone to do something for your reasons. Persuading, which is what you want to do, you want to persuade people to hire you, is getting them to hire you for their reasons. What you need to do is you need to discover their reasons that they want to hire you, and then help them come to the conclusion that you're the best solution for them. So for example, I talked to an attorney a couple weeks ago. Why do you want more leads? Because everyone knows, more money, more problems, and more clients are just more headache and everything. So why do you want to do this? So what he told me, I love riding my motorcycle. I bought a motorcycle, I never get to ride it. He lived in California, he wanted to ride up the Pacific Coast Highway, and he just never had time to do it. Or he wants to have enough leads coming in consistently and predictably so that he can hire an associate to work on his law firm for him so he can go spend as much time as he wants riding his motorcycle. From that point on, that conversation was not about me getting him more leads or making him more money. It was about me helping him be able to ride his motorcycle as much as he wants. That's what I'm talking about. That's where when you find out that the kids are sharing the bedroom and they need to get their own bedroom, or the wife wants a new kitchen, or they're tired of driving a piece of crap car, right? You have to help them figure out their reasons that they want to hire you. And when that happens, people will thank you for selling them. So let's say you get better at sales. Well, let's say you go to 65%. Now you're getting 39 new clients per month at an average of $3,000 per case value. And that means you're now making $117,000 per month, up from $18,000. The last strategy is to find strategic partners. These are the best leads. They're the hottest leads. But the problem is most of the time, people don't think about alternative ways that you can find strategic partners. For example, if you're a personal injury attorney, you could link up with a body shop, a chiropractor. You could do acupuncture. You could find yoga instructors because people need to strengthen their core. They need to be flexible again. You can do Pilates. There's so many different referral partners that you can create. What can you offer them? Obviously, you can offer them money. That's just one thing. But one cool thing you can do is you can make them part of your offer. If you make them part of your offer and tell them, I will make you part of our offer, but you have to give us all your business, right? So for example, you can say, if you're a personal injury attorney and you're helping people deal with pain, you say, when you sign up for us, you also get 3 free acupuncture sessions. You also get a 15% discount at this body shop. And what'll happen is you'll start getting lots and lots of referrals that you don't have to pay for until afterward, so it's really cool. So another thing, and this is the final thing I'm gonna say, is keep your referral partners happy. You can send them money, that's great, but send them personalized items, right? A personalized item is not something with your law firm's initials on it or your law firm's name on it. It's something with their information on it, with their name on it. You have to remember, if it has your law firm's information on it, it's promotion. If it has their name on it, it's a gift. So you can do like I had a client recently who referred somebody to us. He's a huge Tampa Bay Bucks fan. He and his father used to go to Bucks games. They had season tickets ever since '99. His father recently passed away. I sent him an autographed Tom Brady helmet. He will be a client for life because of that. He's so happy about it. I could have given him $2,500, which is what the helmet cost, but he gave me that. He called me, he's like, oh my God, are you kidding me? This is the best gift anyone's ever given me, right? Send personalized gifts. Trust me, they will like it so much better. So now let's say if you get an additional 12 leads per month, that means you'll get 72 leads, still a 65% closing rate. That means that you're now getting 47 clients per month at an average case value of $3,000. You are now making $140,000 per month just by doing 5 simple things. If you guys implement just one of the things that I talked about, you'll double your law firm. I promise you, you will, right? My name's Andy Sickle. Thank you guys so much for letting me hang out with you today.